And if we're getting angry, this is a perfect time to venture down the original, by the way, the originator of this.
And now it's time for Dave Bastl's Hateful 8.
That's pretty hateful.
That guy's got some.
I'm thinking, I'm not as hateful as that guy.
Yeah.
But that guy knows his stuff. Thank you very much. Let's start off our 8 hates of this past weekend with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 7.5-point favorites in Chicago, and you allow the Bears to rush for 216 yards against that great Ole defense they have in Pittsburgh, where it's Ole. Everybody walks through, and man, everybody rushes on that Steeler defense. That's got to change in a hurry if they're going to do anything. And Mike Glendon threw for 101 yards and still won the game. That is unreal how pathetic that turned out. Steelers, you got to do more for me if you're going to do anything. Speaking of what the hell are you doing, New York Jets. What the hell are you doing winning? You win a division rival game, you throw up bombs, you look like you know what you're doing. The defense is actually in place. They could have pitched a shutout. You're not supposed to do this. The future is a quarterback in Los Angeles. The future is him. You're losing him if you're going to beat games and win games like this against Dolphin teams. And Dolphins, I don't even have time for you right now.
You hate them so much they can't even make the Hateful 8 is what
honestly,
you're telling me.
Wow. And continuing with our theme of what the hell, Joe Flacco, 28 yards passing in an entire game. How do you pass for 28 yards in a set of downs? Never mind a game. That is just atrocious. And you know what? Don't ever call yourself elite again, Joe Flacco, because you faced the Jaguars and got ripped apart. You never faced the 84 Bears. You faced the Jaguars, and you looked atrociously bad.
Do you think roast beef could go into a game and throw for more than
28 yards? Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah, I clearly do.
So that's not good then.
That is not very good at all. No, he doesn't look like a quarterback. He looks like a punter. Giants, you know what? I'm sorry to say this, but you're the worst team in the state of New York. When the state of New York has the Bills and the Jets and you're the worst, that's something right there. And by the way, Giants fans, only 5 teams have made the postseason since starting off 0-3 since 1970. Something to think about because that's the biggest collapse so far this season. Hey, Denver, don't pretend you have a good offense because you don't, okay? And you showed it against the Buffalo Bills because that's a game you probably should have won and you didn't take advantage of the opportunity. I know the Bills are a nice little team. The Bills won't be 500, by the way, so if you're any kind of contender against a very good Chiefs team and a pretty good Raiders team, you beat the Bills when you have to. Moving along. Shout out to the Browns, everybody. Good to see the Browns back.
Woo!
And their junior team, the Colts, by the way. The Colts beat you. And the Browns, for the first time since 2014, were actually favorites on the road, and that's how you play.
Come on.
That's pathetic.
That was a kiss of death, if you ask me.
It really was. And you know what, Browns? Keep on being the Browns because we love you for it. NFL officials. Can you guys get any worse? Are you guys competing with the NBA officials? Because they might be the worst of the worst, but you know what? You're right there. You're right there with calls like the Von Miller call and you know, this 10-second runoff rule. I know it's not your fault, but I as a guy that had the Lions plus 3 points.
See, now we're getting to the heart of the matter that they made the
Richards,
Hateful 8
this
list.
is called the Hateful 8.
Yes,
okay?
it is. Yes,
and
it
I
is.
hate this, and I hate this because I had the Lions plus the points, and man, that's just disappointing. Raiders in prime time. Maybe you don't belong in prime time because you had a nice opportunity. I'm not a Raider fan, but I like it when the Raiders win because football is good when the Raiders win.
I agree.
But you know what? Derek Carr, 118 yards. Marshawn Lynch, 18 yards rushing for the game. Amari Cooper, 6 yards receiving for the game. Michael Crabtree, 7 yards. I mean, guys, show up.
Yeah.
It's prime time. It's terrible. I want more from the Raiders. I expect more. I think there's going to be a nice little bounce back. But right now, that's my Hateful 8.
Oh, very nicely done.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yep.